Today we have a Moab gameplay by Spencer Uniac, and this is a strategy and tutorial on a good and easy way to get a Moab, the highest kill streak attainable, here in Modern Warfare 3 by Activision, without having a full team, which is usually pretty difficult. So let's start this off.
Alright.
So I start out a bit slow, so I'll pick up the commentary when it gets pretty intense, but I will give tips. So, what I could have done there, what you're going to want to do is go for the headshots every time, just because it is the most efficient way to not waste ammo when going for a Moab, because ammo is incredibly important. So, you're never going to be able to beat these guys on this map. They have an overpowered shotgun, which makes it nearly impossible to kill them. That was a error made by myself, yes. Yes, even I, Spencer, I know you're very confused right now, make mistakes. Pretty crazy, right? So, what I usually do is drop the C4 around the corner, just to make sure this goes down. So, this is when I get on my Moab rampage. So, you're going to want to, on this map, if you're getting a spawn trap going, I mean, you don't really need it if you have less than the amount of players that you should have. So, what you're going to want to do is just run figure eights across the map, looking on your map for where your teammates are not. Basically, you're going to do this so that when you come into the zone, that you got to make sure that you're coming behind them so that they can't shoot you, because that's coming at their front is a sure way to die. Also, you're going to want to try, if you're spawn trapping them for a while, you're going to want to try and stay behind cover when you shoot at them, because they'll have death streaks, which make it very easy for them to kill you. I would not recommend taking those long shots unless you're using an assault rifle, only because it is more accurate and the range is better. So, oh, yes. Also, use specialist. It's very important because you get all your perks, which allows you to have a better chance of winning because it gives you certain boosts. Specialist allows you to get every single perk in the game and every weapon perk. So it really gives you an advantage over all the other players because a Moab is only using a gun. So you're going to really want that specialist streak to set you up. So I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because it's getting a little bit slow. And right here I go on a nice little bit once I get up in this building. So in the bottom of the screen you can see that there is a indicator of when the kills show up. Red is deaths, green is kills. So from here on out there's no deaths. It's just, this is going to be about what you're going to want to do. Those flashbangs are just necessary to make it so that they can't see you when you turn the corner. And you always want to do that from behind cover, because if you walk out, they're going to shoot you. I'm pretty sure I made that mistake a couple times trying to get a Moab before, and most people do. But in reality, you should never do that, and it's really easy with Specialist because you are able to throw grenades faster, making you have a tactical advantage. So, this is where the figure eight comes in. You're still doing this, always making sure you're coming behind them. Your teammates do get a little bit annoyed, but, you know, you're always going to find your enemies at their weak point. So, the whole idea of this is just, you always want to be creeping up on your enemy, making sure that they don't know that you're there, or if they do, that they're going to be surprised when you get there. As long as they don't know you're there when they're, like, shooting, if they're reloading and you trap them in a reload, just take them. Another difficult part about this is, if you want to do this really well, you want your teammates to use support, just because it gives you things that help you as a team. rather than assault, which my teammates were using, because they also get kills, and they use much more powerful kill streaks, because they weren't going for Moabs. So, that was round 1. By the way, this demolition, this is probably the best game type. Let's slow it down a little bit, just so that we can see this a little more accurately. Okay, here we go. So, here we are. Just strolling around. Still making sure you're covering the building. Oh, back loop. That happens sometimes in this game. A little bit glitchy. But you always want to make sure that wherever your teammates are coming from, you're coming from the opposite point. Because all the enemies will be focusing their fire, and you can just kind of assassinate them, if you will. It just makes it a tad easier. I know I've said that multiple times, but it really does count when you're going for this Moab. I highly recommend on your gun, on a side note, while we're waiting for things to speed up, that we kind of would like you to use 2 attachments, because if you're using specialist, you're going to get all your proficiencies, so you just get free attachments. I recommend the silencer only because you don't show up on the radar, and extended mags because it gives you a higher mag cap, which is the amount of magazines you can carry, and the amount of bullets you can shoot before you get stuck out of ammo. So, right around here, it gets pretty crazy. Yeah, that's the Moab. You know, that's what this game was about. So, the Moab is a kill streak. It drops a bomb. The bomb kills the whole team. Well, you'll see what happens to me. But, you know, it gets pretty crazy. You know, I'm just going to speed it up a little bit because it's getting a little bit too slow. It's kind of the buffering on my computer. Let me just refocus this. Okay, here we go. Back into it. I'm going to call on the Moab just because you want to wait, because if you call it in too soon, I was going for a double Moab, which is 2 Moabs in a game, quite obviously by the name. And you want to call it in later if you're going for a double Moab, because enemies will quit, and you will surrender, and you will not get your second Moab, and you'll be sad. So, basically, what you're going to want to do is, if you're going for the second Moab, if you're at 24, or I guess it's 23 if you're not using Specialist, you're going to want, or if you are using Specialist, you will want to call it, you're in your first Moab, and then you get your last kill, and then you get your second Moab. Here comes the Moab. You drop the bomb, you kill the whole team, you EMP them, so they can't use any more kill streaks. So that's pretty overpowered. And your whole team gets double XP. Unfortunately for me, my teammates had already killed all the teammates on all the enemies on the map, which was really annoying. So I ended up with 0 kills. This is in super slow motion. I'll speed it up a little bit because it is already in slow-mo. Being that it's a Moab, you drop basically a nuclear explosion. And so, here we go. Everything turns white. And that's the Moab. Unfortunately for me, everyone quits, bomb goes off. It is pretty much the end of the gameplay. This is the last kill. The rest of the game is just wandering around. Everyone quit. So what happens when you call in a Moab? People are sore losers. And that's the